I put way too much time and energy into my RedBubble shop with hundreds of different designs. There's no way I can just quit. That right there is a dramatization of some of the comments that I've received on this video right here. And to those folks that say, fair enough, I see your point, but let's talk some truths. First, of all those hundreds of different designs that you have, how many of them are actual bangers, like stuff that actually is good and sells well? No, for real, write those down because we're gonna talk about those later. But we all know that anybody who makes sales on RedBubble usually makes them from a very small percentage of their designs. And the second truth is all it takes is one tiny little step over the line into copyright infringement and RedBubble can just without any explanation whatsoever, they can axe your shop, close the doors, lock you out, and you've got no recourse whatsoever. And if you go back into the comments of that video, you'll see there's actually some people that got their shop shut down just for asking a question about what's going on. The way I see it, RedBubble is just taking the path of least resistance with their big bad machine and they're just mowing over anybody who tries to get in their way. And maybe you're next. But I get it. You put all the time and energy into this shop and you don't want to just give up on it because maybe it's making you a reasonable amount of money to make it worthwhile. In fact, I'm going to tell you to not close that shop. I want you to get that money as long as you can. But how about this? What if you were to make some moves to protect your own self-interest just in case RedBubble decides to kick you in the butt, out the door, and close it behind you? I think it's a pretty safe idea. Get out of here, fly. I just realized my light wasn't on over here. Do I look prettier now? Anyway, if I had a RedBubble shop that had hundreds of different designs and I knew I wanted to move away from the platform because it's obviously suffering from this slow, painful demise, this is what I would do. Number one, open up a Shopify account today. It doesn't have to be Shopify. It could be Squarespace. It could be Wix. Could be Big Cartel. Or you could even have a WordPress blog and then just drop in the WooCommerce plugin and operate like that. It doesn't matter which one you choose. I just bring up Shopify because it's the one that I prefer because I've just used it for so long and I've done all the rest and I felt like Shopify is the best. Also, and this is a little affiliate aspect here, but there is an option for you to join Shopify right now for as little as $3 for the next 3 months. $3 for 3 months worth of experimentation. If you don't enjoy it, you bounce, you don't have to do anything else. But it only costs you $3 to play with. So if you wanted to check that out, go down to the link in the description. Again, I stand by Shopify wholeheartedly. There's always going to be someone that finds something wrong with it. I mean, even I have some issues with it once in a while, but I do believe it is the best platform out there. That's just my opinion. Number two, you open up a Printify account, or you can do Printful, but I honestly prefer Printify because, well, it's cheaper, and I have gotten just as good of success or results from Printify that I ever did from Printful. In fact, I've been happier with Printify than I have with Printful as far as customer service goes. Now, I've only had one customer service issue with Printify, and that was when a customer received a print that wasn't even mine. They ordered one of my prints, they got a print from somebody completely different. It was the weirdest thing. But they said, hey Dave, this went wrong, and I went to Printify and I said, hey, this was not right, and they said, okay, we'll fix it. And they fixed it, and there was no problem. I didn't have to worry about it too much. They didn't have to do anything extra, the customer, I mean. So it was great. Aside from that one circumstance, I've had a perfect relationship with Printify and I recommend them wholeheartedly. Am I saying wholeheartedly a lot? That's because that's where my heart is. This side's for Printify, this side's for Shopify, and then somewhere in there is you guys. You open up Shopify, you go find the Printify app in their app collection. I don't know why this represents Shopify, but for the sake of this video, that's what this is. You find Printify and then bring those two together. Number three, go back to that list that I told you create of all the banger designs that you have, the ones that are really making you money. Take those designs, bring them into Printify, and start applying them to different products that you think you want to sell on this new Shopify site of yours. Caution, do not pull a RedBubble here. Do not apply that one design to 45 different products within the Printify universe. That's only cool in RedBubble, and we all know how uncool RedBubble is. Limit your product line, especially when you're first getting started, because you don't want to overwhelm people with a bunch of different products, especially if you've only got like 3 or 5 designs. You have like 45 products all with the same design. They're going to come to your website and they're going to be like, what is this chaotic mess? Don't do that. Number 4, add a way to collect email addresses front and center on the homepage of your shop. I cannot express this enough. One of the most important things that you can do with this new shop of yours is to pull email addresses, especially in this first 3 months. If you decide to leave Shopify, it's not your deal. You still have that email list that you can use. You can take it over to a different newsletter program, like say Substack, and you still have those people in your pocket that you can market to, you can promote to. Something you cannot do in RedBubble. But you want to pull in as many email addresses as you possibly can so that you have an opportunity to talk to these people after the fact. If they are willing to give you their email address and have you talk to them in that manner, this is gold. This is the gold nugget of having your own shop, folks. I cannot stress this enough. Number 5, start social media accounts for Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Lemon8. If you're not familiar with Lemon8, it's a brand new app that's kind of getting some steam, and it's kind of nestled right between Instagram and Pinterest as far as like how people interact with it. It's growing in popularity, and the main purpose behind it is to get people to buy your things. Go download the app and get started right now. Now you take that link from your Shopify account and you drop it into all of those social media accounts because you want people to go to your new shop. Is this clear? You don't want them to go to RedBubble. You want them to go to your shop because you want to make all the money and not give it all to RedBubble, and you want to be able to pull those email addresses because that's really the gold nugget. I can't stress this enough. So then you take all those links and you go over there and you drop them into your RedBubble shop because I know there's some spot there where you can drop in your socials and whatever, and just you definitely should put everything in there, just in case somebody finds your design on RedBubble, goes to your account, sees your link, and then goes over to your wherever, your Instagram or your website or Pinterest or wherever they decide to find you, and they say, I want to see more of this person's stuff. I want to give them all my money. Number 7, shout it out to the world that you are making moves away from RedBubble and that you are over here on the shop, and this is where people should find you. There's a whole story, a whole video that I could dedicate just to marketing all of this stuff. Like, what are you gonna do on social? What are you gonna do with that newsletter? What are you gonna do about advertising? We could talk about all of that. Not in this video. There's too much there to talk about in this video. But what I do want to talk about is the dissenting opinion that I know I'm already getting. The people that might be watching this video be like, but Dave, Shopify is so expensive. You mean you can't make 30 bucks a month from your RedBubble so that you can go and take that money and invest in your future? You can't find an opportunity to get people to buy from you on your Shopify account? $30? Can't do that? But again, if Shopify ain't your bag, there are other cheaper options. You definitely could open up a WordPress blog on a self-hosted program and put up the WooCommerce app, and it would cost you a lot less money. It takes a little bit more effort, a little bit more technical know-how, but if you're willing to do that, go for it. But if it's me, I'm just trying to make that extra 30 bucks so I can pay off Shopify every single month. Hell, I'd like to make an extra 300, an extra 3,000 every single month so I wouldn't have to worry about that Shopify bill ever again. It's all too much to manage. I can't do it all. Okay, well, start slow. Start the Shopify, start the Printify, maybe figure out one social media platform to focus on. Which one do you feel like you could do consistently and do well? Do those 3 things and I guarantee you that you will find some success, at least in those first few months. If I had to make a recommendation, I would say start a Facebook account so that you can have your business page up there so that maybe you can start using Facebook advertising. Again, bigger conversation. We'll talk about Facebook advertising sometime in the future, but this ain't it right here. But I definitely think that that is a good plan. The customer service, I don't want to have to deal with that. You want to know the answer to avoiding customer service issues? 1, make good products. 2, be clear with your policies, like your shipping policies, your return policies, your taxation policies, all of those things. Keep your customer expectations low, keep the quality of your deliverables high, and you will never have customer service issues. Well, not never, because maybe they'll send your customer the wrong shirt, the wrong mug, the wrong print, and then you'll have to talk to Printify and they'll handle it. If you heard anybody talking about the customer service issues of going this route, it's probably because they ran a crappy business and didn't know what they were doing. I don't know what to write on my social media or my emails. It's practice. You do it for a little while, you get better as you go. Try to become a student of the game. Sending out emails is not that difficult. Stick around. I'll tell you how I do it, or better yet, go subscribe to The Hungry Artist, which you can find at thehungry.art. And you can read my emails and then copy what I do, or, at least, something like what I do. But the flies are still here. If your point of view is that you are not into writing, you don't like to write, you think it's scary, whatever, you're making a bigger deal out of it than it really is. If you really wanted to, you could use ChatGPT and just, fabricate, your own posts like that. It's getting so smart. You would be surprised how many things that I've passed off as my own that were actually created by ChatGPT. Not exactly, but still, I hate getting emails. Why would I want to send my own? Look, I don't enjoy every single email that comes into my inbox either, but there are several that I read consistently, religiously almost, because they are that good. And if you try hard enough to make a good thing for the people, I promise you they will appreciate it. And even so, you may not like it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't use it, because it's still the best way, or one of the best ways, to be able to directly communicate with your customers. I felt like I was going to say another word there, but I just left it hanging. Now, it should be noted that you don't want to go into this just willy-nilly and just throw a bunch of stuff up on a website and not worry about what's going to happen. Next, you should actually try to figure out what type of person it is that you want to cater to. And if you want to know more about that, then you're going to want to watch this video right here. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, please, and then I'll see you next time. I've been Dave. You've been awesome. See ya!